How's it going, YouTube? This is SkullShirtGold TCG, and today I am joined by 4 very special guests to discuss the latest news from Pokemon Sun and Moon. Joining me today are Marriland.
How's it going, everyone? Marriland here.
JordanJapan.
What's up, YouTube? Jordan here.
Sephazon.
Hello, everyone.
And AbdallahSmash026.
How's it going, everyone? It's Abdallah here.
Yeah, so we have a little group here. We're going to talk about the Pokemon Sun and Moon news that just dropped. For us, it was about 6 hours ago now. Wow. My goodness. Of course, the most important news, trucks are confirmed.
Yes, trucks.
Okay.
We got some good
OP
truck
truck.
action in this.
Yes, we see trucks in the trailer. But seriously,
Trucks.
going through the trailer in order, the very first thing that I noticed is that we have 2 main characters named after trees. We got Kukui and Hala.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. Hawaiian
No.
trees.
Trevenant, all right.
Yeah, well, Hala is the one who gives you your Pokemon, but Kukui is the official tree of Hawaii, so I don't know. Which one of these do you guys think is the professor? Or do you think both of them are professors?
Let's have both of them be professors.
Yeah, I kind of think both of them could be professors. They definitely look professorly. I know that Kukui kind of says, hey, what's up? He greets you at the start, and maybe they're professors on like different islands or something. And we've gotten 2 professors, or at least 2 sets of starters in a game before. You never know.
Yeah, and there were 2 Professor Junipers in Black and White too, as well.
True.
And if you think about it, Kanto and Johto, although very unique and independent, both have Professor Elm and at least Professor Oak, notable in both regions. They travel a lot between the 2 regions. But personally, I say whoever's the professor giving you the Pokemon that's the professor in general. That's the one that we should look at as the official professor. If that
So
makes
you
sense.
think it's Hala?
Yes.
So you're talking about the old guy versus the guy with green glasses, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm totally thinking the guy with green glasses, Kukui, I think he's going to be the professor. I think he just looks awesome.
He does look awesome. I'll give you that.
Well, I think the fact that he just shows up more in the footage we've seen leads credence to him being the professor.
Right.
I don't know. Maybe it's like, maybe he's your father and he's a gym leader and he's trying to help you start on your journey or something, kind of like Hoenn.
Right, but
Well,
then he
there's
says, welcome to paradise, comma, cousin, though.
Oh,
is
that's true, yeah.
So is
Yeah.
like he your cousin, and then the old dude, is that your uncle?
I don't know. I read the cousin
over here?
part and that just told me, okay, we're in Hawaii.
Yeah, that's
Right.
kind of what I thought too. I don't think it's literally cousin, but that is a good point. If he were your dad, he probably wouldn't say cousin.
Yeah, okay. I would draw that statement then.
Yeah.
So,
We all agree on one professor, though, right?
which one?
Or just the fact that there's going to only be one.
No,
I heard somebody say 2.
well, I think I would be okay with there being 2. I don't think that'll happen, but if it were to happen, I'd be 100% okay with it.
I'd be okay with it. I just don't think it's going to happen.
Yeah. Yeah, fair enough.
I think your cousin may actually just be a professor in training, if that makes sense. I keep thinking about Gary Oak in the anime being, he ends up sort of becoming an underling of Oak and then going off and doing his own thing, so it could be like that.
Yeah, that's possible. I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see, I guess. I mean, these games are a mere 6 months away, or 8 years for those of you in Europe. My apologies. So, the next thing is we actually have the name of the region now, Alola.
Yes,
Aloha.
Well, it's pretty darn close to Aloha, isn't it?
Yeah,
it
very much
really
so.
is.
So,
And if there are not Alamomola there, I will be so disappointed.
I kind of want to clamp Pearl Harbor,
Oh, that'd be great.
but then again, not really, because that could just go to all sorts of bad places.
Well, it could if there is a Clam Pearl Harbor. Maybe they implement it in the Great Kalos War thing. I don't know. I'm just throwing things out there now, but
That would be interesting. I know that they did kind of touch on some touchy subjects with X and Y and the ultimate weapon. I mean, I don't necessarily want them to touch on that, but maybe they do kind of continue the Kalos War and its history and stuff, because It would be interesting, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know about you guys, but I love when all the Pokemon games from different generations sort of allude to each other.
Oh,
I mean, in Generation
always
1, they talked about Muna, which, we didn't see till Gen 5. And speaking of Gen 1, no one's really mentioned it, but you can transfer your Pokemon from the Virtual Console games to the characters that you see here in this trailer. Like, those will become the new owners at some point, which is really awesome, so...
You know
so
what I'm
crazy.
Real quick, this is the third region in the United States. We had Ore, which is Arizona, and Unova, which is New York City. And it's very loose, but it is somewhat canon that, the Pokemon world is based on reality, the locations and whatnot. So what if we see Lieutenant Surge in this region?
Oh, that'd be epic.
He does say he is from the United States. He was,
An older Surge. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
I'd
Well,
love to see him with his shades, with like a flower lei on or something.
well,
That'd
I
be
would like
awesome.
him in here as long as he was actually like part of the plot and not like a Pokemon World Tournament thing.
Yeah.
I agree. He would have to
Definitely.
be an NPC you can interact with, not whatever else that could happen, like the World Tournament. Not really interested in that. Cool concept for Unova. It was Unova, right? World Tournament?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool concept for that region. Don't really need that again. But I really would like to see more interaction between regions that we
Hey,
don't.
why not a Surge as a part of the Elite Four with a Mega Raichu? Hey.
Ooh.
Hey.
Fragmental Mega Raichu.
Well, I don't know about you guys, but the Alola region looks... it's going to take me so long to get used to saying that. Ugh. The Alola region looks very beautiful to me. I mean, Kalos was gorgeous, but it just looked like they nailed the look of the games with Generation 7. It looks so natural, so nice to look at. It's very, very
the
lovely.
colors.
Yeah, the colors.
I want to throw something out there real quick about this region. So first off, I don't think anybody's going to disagree with me that we're still using the engine from Gen 6 for everything,
It
right?
looks the same, yeah.
Yeah.
However, I do want to point out that while X and Y was 3D, it wasn't as bad as Oros, but you still were basically limited to squares per se, and they were definitely tiled, and everything was kind of rigid in terms of routes. Like most routes are just up and down still, or left and right. You didn't really have anything winding, and I'm happy that we did see some winding and more natural looking environments in this trailer.
Yeah, I mean, it looked real. You look at, I mean, it still looks like a video game. It still looks like a Pokemon video game, which was honestly the thing I was most worried about going forward, is that it'd look less and less like Pokemon, but it still looks like Pokemon. But it also looks very real, very tangible.
Oh,
Yeah, I would definitely say so. The am I the only one that thinks that this island is like super small?
Yeah, it does look
Well,
Watch
yes.
Marriland's video on
yes,
that.
but like I think being themed off of Hawaii, I'm almost certain that there are going to be more than one island.
Yeah.
You
I
can
agree
even
with
look
you.
at like the rocks and stuff kind of along the edge. Like that's clearly you're not going to surf out there. So my guess is that harbor that you see kind of in the bottom left of the map, that'll take you to different islands because that's very much a Hawaii thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm really hoping so. 'cause
Maybe
I'm-
they'll have
like,
some
we
kind of
can't-
travel system.
You can't have one game that's just going to be on this tiny island. That's going to be impossible.
Trucks,
Yeah,
Jordan.
we already had that. It was called Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire.
Yeah, they're definitely setting themselves up for another 7.8 out of 10 too much water situation. But
Yeah, that's why they can't have too much water in this. There has to be some relief from swimming around everywhere. So surely you can use a boat.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
Intentionally.
we could see boats, we could see maybe bridges and stuff. I would like to see like each island connected to the other. If there are in fact multiple islands, this is of course just speculating, but if there are, I'd love to see each island connected to another by a different method, like one with a bridge, one with maybe a cave underwater, that'd be cool. One with a boat, you know. The list could go on, but again, just speculating at this point.
I
that
understand.
could be cool.
Maryland, you and I had this discussion when we were discussing potential locations. We only came up with 3, which was Hawaii, which we took a vote on, Malaysia, and I said San Francisco or Hawaii. Now, you did mention that you wanted to see something like where you can travel between the islands, but not like Sevi Islands, but similar to Sevi Islands. Is this what you're talking about?
Well, again, we don't know necessarily if there will be multiple islands, but I do kind of agree with what Skull Shirticle said, is that, if we had different transport methods between islands, that'd be really cool, and that'd be different than the Sevi Islands route.
I would love that, personally. That'd be so cool.
Of course, it's completely possible that Alola is what we see. And,
True.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Two gyms, Elite One, good game.
Yeah.
So what about that? Sorry, I just thought something new that was shown in the trailer.
Yeah.
Oh, man. And one new attack, Leafage. In the press release, it's known as Leafage.
Yeah.
Well, maybe we should talk about the thing that uses the attacks. We haven't gotten to that point
Yeah,
yet.
we're just about to get to the next part, is the 3 new starters.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we got Rowlet, Litten, and Poplio. And I don't know about you guys, I can't decide between the 3 of them.
Oh, I could decide.
This is literally the first generation where I can't make up my mind. It was so
Rowlet
easy with all the other
for
ones.
me, man.
Oh, yeah. Team Rowlet.
Team Rowlet, really? I saw a cat and I'm like, okay, you've already got me.
My friend Jeremy, Abdallah and Maryland, you know Jeremy Schull, you met him in Chicago.
Yeah.
I was talking with him today, and he said, I think this is the first time that I can actually say that the grass starter is the best starter.
Yeah.
What?
Well,
Yeah, that's what he said.
Well,
so,
we were just talking about Rowlet. It's the first dual-type basic starter since Bulbasaur. It's a grass flying type. And it uses a new move called, what, Leafage?
yes, it's called Leafage.
So it's basically, what, Razor Leaf, kind of, I guess?
I'm not sure if the press release said anything about the attack. It may have. I just kind of breezed through it.
No, it hasn't. Actually, it mentioned it on the official site and in the press release, and it just kind of says it damages the foe. So my guess is it's probably just going to be like an equivalent to Ember or Water Gun, since that's what the other 2 starters have.
Yeah.
My question is, this is kind of just a silly question. It's a rhetorical question. Why make a new move when Vine Whip was essentially the in the group already?
Yeah, there's
It could
already
be special.
there's already a bunch of grass type moves that are very similar to Leafage, at least from what we've seen so far. Maybe it has a secondary effect that they haven't told us about yet.
I mean, there's gotta be. There's gotta be new moves, man. There's gotta be new moves.
Yeah, I mean, even if it's a basic move, just like Vine Whip, it's going to be super weak and starter, so might as well make it brand new, you know?
Yeah, I understand. You have a point. And Maryland, you did say it's a special attack, not a physical.
No, I didn't. It could be a special attack.
Oh.
And that would separate it from Vine Whip, from Razor Leaf, and it wouldn't be quite as overpowered early on as, say, Mega Drain. Because right now all the early grass-type moves are like Vine Whip and stuff that aren't really that great. If we just had a basic 40 or 50 power, maybe special-based grass-type attack, I think that would separate it enough from the other grass-type moves.
Well, maybe that's what Leafage is then. I mean, we really won't know until the games come out.
True.
So nobody for Poplio, right? Nobody?
No, well, here's
I kind of like it.
I think
kind
that,
of cute.
I mean, the
but-
first time I saw it, I thought it looked horrendous, but in the 5 hours since then, it's grown on me. I think it looks adorable.
I don't. What's
I
with
kind
the
of agree.
name, though? What's with the name Poplio? What's that?
Poplio.
Well, I think the Leo is, sea lion.
Sure.
I don't know what the pop is. I have not
Probably
a
for
clue.
balloons.
Yeah, it's gotta
Because
be his
it
water
blows balloons and stuff,
Water
so maybe
balloons.
it pops them.
Yeah, he deals damage. His playstyle is blowing up water balloons and attacking around them.
Yeah, I will say it has the best secondary artwork of any of the starters. If you guys saw the one of it blowing a bubble with Rowlet inside.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty cool.
And then Rowlet just turns its head around when it's waiting for an order in battle.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Love
pretty
that.
cool.
Now, I do wonder why they got Sugimori to do all of these different artworks of the starters. There's like 5 or 6 official pieces for each of them. Usually he only does 1 per Pokemon because, well, that's all the time he has for them. But for these, he did like 3 for Litten and, like I said, 6 for Poplio, 4 for Rowlet. So I wonder if that means that we're going to be getting a whole lot less Pokemon, or maybe they're going to focus more on the characteristics of the Pokemon in this generation.
Wouldn't mind less.
And this theory is not really directed at Sun and Moon specifically, but it's more or less directed at the future of the franchise. Personally, I think Gen 7, we're in Gen 7, I have to remember that now, there's so many Gens now. Gen 7 is going to be, I think it's going to have the least amount of games in it. That's not to say it's going to be the shortest generation, but I think Gen 7 will have the least amount of games as Pokemon looks towards the future of the franchise on other consoles, since the 3DS is basically done with most of its development. The Wii U is done. We're moving towards the NX. Pokemon has to be looking toward that horizon now. So they might be focusing on, just making this a nice, fun 20th anniversary gen instead of a fleshed out gen like the previous gens, if that makes sense.
So you think that Sun and Moon will be it?
No, I don't think it'll be it, but I think it will. It's definitely the last game on the 3DS. I'm going to say that as I'm not 100% sure.
I think, it's...
Yeah, you think it'll be it for Generation 7? Like, no third version, no remakes, just Sun and Moon.
I kind of disagree, to be honest, and the reason is, I don't think that they're going to shift the 3DS just completely out of the picture in 2017. I'm hoping that after having no game in 2015, we will go back to having another game in 2017, and I would imagine it'd still be on the 3DS hardware, or maybe new 3DS with some compatibility. So, personally, I think that we'll still stay in Generation 7, that Sun and Moon won't be a one-off game, but, it's way too early to tell.
Yeah, and frankly, I really can't see them focusing on future generations and just making this a sort of... I mean, I know you're not saying that this is just like something to put out to hold us over till the next console. I understand that. But I do think that they're going to have to focus all their effort on this, because this is literally their only big release this entire year for Nintendo.
However,
that's it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Remember that this generation, it only has one counterpart and compared to previous generations, which is Gen 5. It's the only generation that is on the same console as its previous generation. And we didn't have that many Pokemon for X and Y. I don't know how many new Pokemon we're going to get for Sun and Moon, but maybe that also plays a role in how much Sugimori is going to make official artwork. If there are not that many Pokemon like Kalos, maybe he has a bit more free time. He definitely, in regards to graphic design and everything, since they're reusing engines, there's not much more, not a lot of effort needs to go into creating a new environment per se, when they can already build something out of what they already have, if that makes sense.
No, that's true. You're totally, that is valid.
I definitely think that if we only have Sun and Moon for Gen 7, then that's going to be the only 3DS. Those are going to be the only 3DS titles. But if there is going to be another game, then we'll definitely see another game on the 3DS. I think it's going to go like that.
I also personally think that, the Sugimori art that we see of the starters, it's just concept art. They were probably trying to think of some fun starters that they could use, and he probably drew up sketches or concept designs for how the starters would interact. I don't think we need to read too far into whether or not the fact that, he drew so many different pieces of art of the starters is somehow marking the end of Gen 7 before it's even been released.
No, I agree. I just find it a little interesting that he's drawn more official artwork for Poplio than he has for some of the Generation 1 Pokemon since those came out.
He probably knew everyone wasn't going to like it.
Well, maybe that's his favorite one.
Maybe I don't know. All I know is, between the three starters, it's so hard to pick, and luckily we live in an era when we can just, pick all three if we so wish, between trading with friends online or uploading one to the bank, restarting, getting another one, uploading that to the bank, and so on.
Yeah.
You don't have to pick one, but if you could, which one do you guys go for? I heard a lot of Rowlet earlier.
Rowlet all the way for me.
I gotta go with Rowlet. It's so adorable. It's the grass-type bird.
I'm going with Rowlet.
Are you guys all Rowlet? Really? Am I the only cat guy here?
No, I'm Litten for now, but it's so hard to choose.
Poor Poplio.
Come on, you gotta do Litten. He literally spits up his little fur balls or his hair balls. That's so awesome. And he uses the collected fur as fuel for his fireball attacks. It's cute. And did you see his little cat animations where he's cleaning himself and when he spits it out, the little spikes on his back show up? It's so
a close second. He's a close second right now.
Yeah.
Litten for life.
I feel he's gonna turn into a dark fire.
That's what a lot of people say.
That's a
I
good.
can see it.
I feel like everyone just wants a dark fire.
Luckily, we don't have too much more to talk about. We got to see what the male and female characters look like, the main player characters. Looks like trainer customization is back at least a little bit. You can change your skin tones, hair color, stuff like that. And from what we see, we can change the clothing at the very least a little bit. Do you guys want to see full-fledged customization come back like was done in X and Y?
Hell yeah.
Yes.
That would be pretty cool.
Well, I personally never really got into it. I know, Devin, you loved it, but
It's the best.
although I didn't do it much, I do admit that it was a very, very cool feature, and I do believe it should return fully.
Dude, if I can't play in a Hawaiian-based region wearing an Aloha shirt, I am done with it, okay?
You mean an
That
Alola
happened.
shirt?
Yeah, that's right. We need an Alola shirt.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I'm going with the female trainer like I always do just because I love her design more. But yeah, I mean, we didn't really get to see much of the girl trainer. I said this before we started recording, but we saw the girl trainer in the background during the starter segment, and we saw another random girl trainer on a route. But other than that, we haven't seen any girls yet.
Other than, I guess, the mom character, who might not even be the mom. I'm not even entirely sure about that.
Yeah.
But
Who's the lady in the yellow floral print dress? Who's she gonna be?
yeah, I thought that she was the player's mom at first, but in thinking about it, I do see her around the Kukui quite often, and I'm almost wondering if, like, maybe the player character moves there and doesn't actually have their family there. They're kind of staying with Kukui and maybe Kukui's wife.
Right, that's my theory. It's like he's visiting his aunt and uncle, and then he's got his young cousin over here, which is Kukui with the green glasses. And that's awesome. I think that that's really what it is, because why would the Japanese trailer have a little kid, you know, who's not from an area, like move to one? You know, it's
Plot
I
twist
love
with the
that.
professor.
I love that part of the trailer. I think it was just so endearing.
right.
Just out of curiosity, Abdallah, is that how you're going to refer to that guy forever? The one with the green glasses?
You know, I don't like mispronouncing names, so it's
No.
like the worst thing.
You know,
it's
I
like,
mean, it's a name that, you know,
Better to describe.
like,
right, it's better. I call him Mr. K. I'm going to call him the guy with the green glasses. We're going to call him something else. Kukui is cool, but then someone from native Hawaii is going to be like, oh, that's not how you pronounce it. It's how you pronounce it like this. And then I'll feel like an idiot.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the green glasses guy then.
Yeah, Mr. Green.
It's Wally. No.
Yeah.
So we haven't seen much of the player characters. I mean, obviously we've seen a lot of the guy character, to the point where we can even say, you know, we could compare different versions of him between the English and Japanese trailers and realize, hey, shirt customization is there.
All I know, more customization, the better for me. That goes for all games.
Yeah.
For me.
Yeah.
I've seen quite a few people say that the player characters look older than they did in Generation 6. I feel that they are a little older. I mean, Generation 6, Caleb and Serena, I think their official ages were 16. So if they're older than that, we're getting really, really far up there for what we can expect beginning trainers to start.
Going to college soon.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I would safely say that the beginning trainer is probably going to be around that like 16 or 17 kind of age. Just how like tall and like, I guess, skinny and how they're running. I think that's a good, safe thing to say.
Yeah, they could be 10-year-olds with giganticism.
It could be, or yeah, Ash never aging a bit.
Yeah, I feel like they're definitely just like modeling X
Oh,
and
that's
Y.
another thing, is they down-aged Serena in X and Y to be Ash's new female traveling companion, so maybe they'll do the same with this female player character. So this could potentially be Ash's next, failed love interest or whatever.
Could be.
So, something to think about. The last thing to talk about is the legendaries. which officially have no names.
Officially as of this moment.
Right, but...
Except they're Pyroar and Noiver.
Right.
Right.
So what were their unofficial names? Something about trademark happening?
Yeah, so Galio and Lunala.
It sounds like a mesh. I don't know.
The Sun Lion and the Moon thing.
Yes.
That describes them perfectly, so this is probably their names, but, until Nintendo comes out and says it, anything can happen.
True.
That's interesting. Yeah, they look pretty cool. Now, I was kind of intrigued by the background of the area when they were revealed. It looked like some sort of gateway with two statues of the logos.
Yeah, I mean, I saw the trailer the
think?
first time. I thought that, that was just some cinematic they created for the trailer, but then after viewing it second, third time, I did see that stuff in the background, and I think it's a cutscene from the games.
Yeah, it's got like some sort of area where they're like protecting or something, but then if you look at the trailer, the logos are on different sides, or the statues with the sun and the moon are on different sides whenever they show it. So it's kind of weird. I don't know if it's a front or a back, but it looks like some sort of tower. And I couldn't pinpoint where exactly this tower was on the island from the bird's eye view. Did you guys see anything like that?
No, I didn't see anything. And I did see that too. I was trying to figure out, where on the island was that. Couldn't see it, which leads credence to Marriland's theory that, it's a chain of islands.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So,
well, there was also the hotel kind of thing we saw in the concept art that was missing.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, there's a lot of things that are not in Alola, which should be in Alola. So the obvious answer is either this region has multiple islands or there are actually multiple regions within this game. Mm-hmm. And, the first one is much more likely.
Oh, yeah. And at least there are trucks in Alola,
Yes!
in the island that we've seen, so everything's good.
Yes.
The only thing that could make it better for Marriland here is if there was a bench in the truck.
Oh, that would be classy. That needs to happen.
What happens if you use strength on the truck?
Oh,
boy.
that'd be such a great
Maybe
Easter
that's
egg
how
if
you
they
get
put that there.
Magirna.
That's where you find the lava cookie. There'll be a lava cookie like my red leaf green.
Well, okay.
That's how much Champ exercises.
We're getting pressed for time here, so which of the legendaries do you guys like more just based off the design?
Ooh.
It's gotta be
I like
lion.
the weird, dark kind of skull bat moon thing. I don't know what you call it. I like it.
Let's just call it Lunala for now. I like that one more. The internet's exploded with Solgaleo. Everyone loves it. I'm sorry. It just looks like shiny, like an alternate shiny Pyroar to me. Like
It's true.
And Pyroar, but stronger.
Like a literally shining Pyroar is what it looks like.
Mm-hmm.
Which I don't think you can go wrong with, but at the same time, it's not
Right.
exactly.
I mean, it doesn't look unique, especially since we just had a lion Pokemon in the last generation.
No.
But the moon one, that looks amazing. It looks like the perfect mixture between beautiful to me and epic.
At first, when I saw it, I thought it looked way too much like Yveltal. But then after it started using its attack, I'm like, okay, yeah, this is pretty cool.
Yeah,
I like
using
it.
the attack just made it look like it completely changed its. I mean, that's probably just camera angles and stuff, but it looked completely different using attacks than just standing there.
Yeah, I think it was like moving its body and its wings around.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Marriland, I've got to ask.
Yeah.
You think this sun Pokemon is going to have a new type?
I don't know. Maybe, but
I don't want a new type. The types are all basically matched up perfectly now.
Yeah, I like the typing as is personally.
That's how I feel. I mean, Fairy was introduced just to counter Dragon because that dominated in Gen 5. Gen 6, well, legendaries of all kinds are dominating, but at least they're all pretty evenly matched.
True.
So I really don't see the point in them making a new type from a gameplay mechanics standpoint.
Oh, I had a question for you guys. Question. All right, so do you guys actually think that the legendaries look better in game than on the covers? Because I really thought that when I watched the
I
trailer.
mean,
I don't know. They look cool on the covers.
they look good in both. I think the covers did a good job, like showing them in like the ideal situation of if you were to look at them. But I think the games did a good job of showing what they're capable of when they use attacks.
Yeah, I love it. So awesome.
I like the little symbol that appears on the sun legendary on like its forehead. I think
Yeah.
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 I think
That's awesome.
I think I've seen a few people point out, like, if you zoom in on the eyes of each legendary, you can see the background of the other game.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
What, really?
Yeah, like if you look into the lion's eyes, it's all purple, and if you look into the moon bat thing's eyes, it looks all orangish / purplish or reddish. So,
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
so
A little coloring.
yeah, I mean, they might be going back to Gen 5 stuff here, where they are trying to do opposites.
Well, Sun and
Bulls
Moon
trying
are
to
pretty
get
opposite.
plugs up your
Yeah, they are.
frames.
And as was already pointed out, the background of when you encounter the legendaries is pretty much identical, but flipped.
Right. Absolutely. So the big question is which game are you guys going to start your adventure with?
Moon.
I'm going to start with Sun because I got to get this cat.
I'm
Yeah,
doing
that's-
Moon. The legendary won me over, unless it turns out that all my favorite legendaries from previous gens are version exclusive to Sun. I'm going with Moon.
I want to say something real quick. We were talking about which if the legendaries look better in game or on the cover art. Personally,
Yeah.
I think they look the best in my party. But hey,
Yes. Perfect.
So what games are you guys all going to get? I heard 2 moons, 1
Sun.
sun. What do we got?
I like how you worded it, Abdallah, because it's how you start, your adventure, not, which one are you going to get? Obviously,
Yeah.
I'm going to get both.
Yeah.
But I think I would settle on Moon. I'm a night owl, so that'll probably also determine my starter. Hey,
Right.
there we go. Night owl. Guess I'll go with Rowlet. I'm all good.
Yeah.
I read left to right, so sun comes before moon. So
Well, I'm sure all of us are just going to download it the minute it goes up midnight on November 18 and just record it / stream it / just play it on our own. But it's going to be at like the minute midnight comes.
Yeah.
oh yeah,
It's going to be great. I can't wait.
I can't either. And honestly, I think that's the perfect place to end this discussion.
definitely.
I think
agreed.
it's safe to say we're all very excited for Pokemon Sun and Moon, and the footage from today just helps to further that excitement. Yeah. I want to thank all of you for coming out and listening, and I want to thank the 4 of you for joining me in this discussion.
thank
No
you.
problem.
Yeah, my pleasure. Thanks for having us. Thanks for hosting.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it again sometime.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, well, that does it for this video. Thanks everyone for watching, and stay tuned for more.